Now, you mentioned that Eugene was your idea. Now, where did you get the idea from? What was the inspiration behind that character, and what was Vince's reaction like to hear your pitch?
Well, it was Rip Rogers that gave me the initial idea. Rip said, what about a wrestler that he's not very social. He can't tie his own shoes. He doesn't have the ability to really talk to girls backstage or guys. But the minute he gets in the ring, he can do stuff that he's seen since he was a kid. The minute the bell rings, he can turn it on. Because that was kind of the report on Nick Dinsmore. Is he couldn't do a very good promo, but in the ring he was flawless. I could do an hour Broadway and not use the same hold twice, not break a sweat, no sweat professional. But it was Rip that kind of gave me the idea, and I was at a point where, like I said, my friends were Rob Conway, Doug Basham, Danny Basham, and they were all got called up. They were all on the road. So all my friends in OVW were gone, but I was still training. I was kind of in a transition period, and I'd seen a lot of the talent. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. I'd seen a lot of the talent complain, and the next thing you know, they're called up to TV. A lot of the guys would threaten to quit, and the next thing you know, they're on the road. So I thought, well, I'll try it myself. So I told Doug Basham, I said, I think I'm going to quit and try to go to Japan, which I wouldn't have done because I was living at home. I was traveling less than an hour and a half to all the events that we went to, sleeping in my own bed every night, and I was the top babyface in the company. So, I mean, I had the best of everything, but I put that out there, and Doug Basham told Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko told Johnny Ace. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in a meeting with Vince McMahon and Stephanie. And Vince goes, I want to get back to character-based wrestling. And that's when I just blurted out the idea of Eugene. Great, we'll start on Monday. So then all of a sudden I had to come up with who this character was. But it was kind of like, I kind of learned it on the fly as I was doing it. My first match as Eugene was in St. Louis on a live event, and I wrestled Lance Cade. And thank goodness for Lance knew how to wrestle with a gimmick wrestler, because Lance made Eugene look so good. Eugene got beat in his first match, never been on TV, and the people were chanting his name at the end of the match. And I have to give all kinds of credit to Lance Cade, a very good friend of mine.
I love how just a little bit of a lie, you saw what others were doing, and it worked in the end. I don't know if that's the best advice to follow today.
Yeah. I tell guys all the time, I mean, you might not do it in that fashion, but the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You have to put out there exactly what you want. Otherwise, sometimes it won't come to you.
Absolutely. Give them a reason to look at you. They don't want to lose someone like you. Now, the name Eugene, was that molded off of another person that existed? I mean, I've heard stories that there was a special needs son of one of the referees at WWE named Eugene. Were you named after this person, or was it just a name that someone came up with on the fly?
Lanny, have you ever met Eugene? I'm sure you met Eugene, right?
Yes, it's Bucky's son, and excellent kid. He had Down syndrome, and the thing is, the Bulldogs used to rib him mercilessly, and then Harley Race walked up and said, "Leave the kid alone." And guess what? Eugene liked the Bulldogs better than Harley. It's just it's the way it is, huh? And Moolah. Did you meet Eugene?
Yeah. They live in the Pittsburgh area, and he came to a couple events and got him all the Eugene merchandise, and he was really excited that there was a wrestler with his same name.
Oh, yeah!